like Honorable Tutwa Ngulube, is also contesting as Member of Parliament for the Patriotic Front for Solowezi Central. This is Council Miuna Katolo, ladies and gentlemen. Miuna Katolo.
Lungu na baza, chagwa na bomba. Lungu na baza, chagwa na bomba. Umwiko kwa mala isala ile kwa lungu na bomba.
Thank you so much. That is Honorable Miuna Katolo, sir. You remain upstanding. He's also a lawyer, so we have introduced two lawyers. The next guest, ladies and gentlemen, is a very good brother of mine, a friend of mine. When I was president of the University of Zambia Students' Union, he was a president of the Copperbelt University Student Union. He's a colleague, a comrade, a friend, and a brother. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together as we welcome Honorable Christopher Kangombe. Thank you so much, Comrade Kangombe. Comrade Kangombe is contesting as Member of Parliament for Kamfisa constituency on the Copperbelt. The next guest for today is also a friend of mine. Friday's Corner, Friday's Corner. When I was in FDD, when I was for MMD, alikuwa atakuwa sana, not mapenguins, alikuwa atakuwa sana. So after the program, Honorable, before you leave, you must see me, so that in game. Bulldozer, Honorable Bowman Lusambo. Thank you so much, Honorable Lusambo is contesting and defending his seat as Member of Parliament for Kabushi. So Honorable, nalandira chari mwai, uwali wambusa. Nalandira chari mopaku ya nota tukupitira ukwa. Waishi wafyo tuwalashita. Firiafine, before people come, firiafine mwalashi wafyo fyakushita. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 60th virtual rally for the Patriotic Front. And without further ado, I'll ask all of us who is in this auditorium to be upstanding as we sing the national anthem. But DJ, pass the national anthem yam chizungu.
Stand and sing of Zambia, proud and free, land of work and joy in unity, victors in the struggle for their right. We've won freedom's fight, all one, strong and free. Africa is our own motherland, fashioned with and blessed by God's good hand. Let us, for her people, join as one, brothers under the sun, all one, strong and free. One land and one nation is our cry. Dignity and peace needs Zambia's sky, like a noble eagle in its flight. Zambia, praise to thee, oh one.
remain upstanding. Tizapempako vamai vanamkuka mkwaye kuti vaisa kuntanshi. Amai amake mkuka mutipaseko pempero.
Jehova kalenga wa mulu nechalo twasumbule shinali enu n'obukulu bwenu mwelesa. Nimo mwaliko nimwe mukabako Jehova. Lekeni nero programu yatendeka mwe Jehova. Wabika fe mumaboko yenu mwelesa palino shita. Tata naitaba Ediga Chagwalungu mwelesa. Konsoko barenda mwelesa okuleta obuyantashi bw'ekitalo kino kya Zambia. Tata babikeni mumaboko yenu. Bapaleni basumbuleni. N'obushuku bwa Patrotich August Jehova. Lekeni era tukalamu kuvota mwelesa tukeshibati empalume yo mwabika mu Zambia mwelesa. Twakana amakaya kwa Satana. Ichifulunganye kyo kilaleta abantu bambi mwelesa. Twamboko naula n'omupashi wanu n'omulapa wanu waitike pa Calvary. Tata twaisa palino shita. Lekeni n'entungulushi Jehova eshiri pakati kainu enchende. Lekeni barandi obukulu bwenu. Nefye babomba pesa mbali ya chalo Jehova. Tata takwa kabana umbi president mwelesa. Mwali sala kade okufuma mutifyalilwa. Ukuti niba Ediga Chagwalungu mwelesa. Lekeni nebala twala utwekani vekale mwe Jehova. 5 years are next Jehova 30 years mwelesa. Watu wapera mwelesa pali inoshita. Tata twasumbula fya shinali enu n'olurumbi n'obukata. Twaichefya kuchinso chenu mwelesa. Lelo nalomba kutira mu Yesu Kristo mfumu Yesu. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and our special guests. You may take seats. One Zambia, one Zambia. We are still mourning the deaths of our brothers, Devi and Danny, whom we were putting to rest yesterday, who were murdered very gruesomely by the United Party for National Development, or should I say the United Party for National Bitterness, the UPND. And up to date, their leader doesn't even have the decency to condemn that political violence. We will revenge their death using the ballot paper on 12 August 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, before we start this program, twalikuwa tachimwera ba PF. Messi one, Chris Juice and Dismantle, DJ.
Ukaenda Zambia yonse, development ni mwe. Ukaenda Zambia yonse, development ni mwe. Diga number 1, Chagwa ni number 1. Diga number 1, Chagwa ni number 1.
Se wana wa mia konse, se wana wa mia konse. Ifi batala vile konse, ifi batala vile konse. Edigam, lungu chagwa. Nakwe, ediga nakwe. Ediga nakwe. Eule twabusha, nakwe. Mu 2021, nakwe. Mubyashi wachiku, nakwe. Eule tutega, nakwe.
Ukaenda Zambia yonse, development ni mwe. Ukaenda Zambia yonse, development ni mwe. Diga number 1, Chagwa ni number 1. Diga number 1, Chagwa ni number 1. Diga number 1. ukaenda Zambia yonse development ni mbwetiga number 1 chagwa ni number 1 etiga number 1
manja zikomo kwambiri Messi 1 Chris Juice and Dismantle. Ladies and gentlemen, our first guest speaker ni lawyer wa maloya. Elo alibe mantha ni waka controversy, very sharp parliamentarian. Somebody who has saved the patriotic front and this country very diligently. He is the one, when I was at University of Zambia as president, who was the elections campaign manager, elections committee chairperson for the University of Zambia, and declared me president. He also declared President Edgar Chagwa as president. So akakuchita declare and shakuzoza uyu muntu. Ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Tutwa Ngulube, the stage is yours, sir.
One Zambia, one Kabwe Central. Oh, tuwala batuli ku Lusaka. Mulishani bonse Mukwai. Mukwai, I want to speak in 2 languages, Nalanda Mchibemba Nalanda na Mchisungu. As rightly introduced by my brother, I am incoming member of parliament for Kabwe Central constituency. I was member of parliament from 2016 up to 2021, and the president honored me with the responsibility of being deputy chief whip at parliament. One of my responsibilities was to ensure that we sensitize the members of parliament on parliamentary business, and also to just sensitize the people of Zambia regarding any changes that are going to be made to the laws. And one of the things I was actually interested in seeing myself was that we must ensure that Zambia gets a very good constitution. In 2016, the president of Zambia, Dr. Edgar Chagwa, signed the constitution into law, and it brought a lot of changes, and some of the laws had to change because we had to realign everything in line with the law. Surprisingly, one opposition political party that only rejoices in killing people and shedding blood was opposed. And today as we speak, we are just from talking about the last parliamentary session where members of parliament themselves wanted to have constituencies that are manageable. Members of parliament were complaining that we cannot have a parliament of 158, yet we only have a few female members of parliament, where we have a very few, a very small number of youths. And one of the laws that was going to bring those changes was the constitution amendment. Vanamayo apatulelanda, you are in the majority. Mweba vote abengi muno mchalo ni vanamayo. Lelo ba UPND, elo ba chitire boycott ama parliamentary sittings, and they made sure that bill number 10 was not supported. They are crying. The same people who shot bill number 10, which wanted to increase the number of women in parliament, are now crying that they want more women in parliament. The same people who shot down bill number 10 and those who actually opposed government laws, today valerira yo HH na vamu blocking oku, yo na kumbala vachitashani, yo kuna konde. We told the UPND, can we change the Public Order Act so that we level the playing field? They were refusing. Lelo kutibalira tiyo, the police are not being fair when they are the ones who stopped the police from actually doing a good job. Shemuna oye! Shemuna oye! We want to remind them that in the same way you refused to get more women and youths in parliament, and in the same way they refused to get the Public Order Act cleaned up, they are now paying for their sins. They are now paying for their sins. When I was government deputy chief whip in parliament, one of the responsibilities I had was to negotiate between political parties, by independent, by PF, by UPND, Nawashala, and see, Muma committees, how do we give the people of Zambia a good constitution? How do we give the people of Zambia a good law? How do we keep the MMD and other political parties sided with the government? Because they know that to govern a government or to govern the people, you don't just have to get one person into State House. Today, as I'm speaking, Zambia is far much better than the PF found it. And that is why we are getting all the support that we are getting. Today, if you go to Lusaka, if you come to Lusaka, if you go to the Copper Belt, if you go to Eastern Province, if you go to Southern Province, Northwestern Province, you cannot fail to see major roads that have been done by the Patriotic Front. You cannot fail to appreciate the massive development that the PF government is doing. As a lawyer, as a young lawyer in my formative years, I had the responsibility of representing people, pensioners, who have not been paid for decades. From the time UNIP came out of power in 1991, we've had pensioners who have been waiting to be paid. The government of His Excellency Edgar Chagwalungu has made sure almost all the pensioners, 97% of the pensioners have been paid. I am coming from Kabwe, a small town which was known for its railway business. Zambia Railways was disturbed when it was given to Railway Systems of Zambia. All those people who were retrenched in Zambia Railways and Railway Systems of Zambia, today as I'm speaking to you, every pensioner has been paid because of His Excellency Edgar Chagwalungu. The people of Kabwe Central and Iwacha and Central Province in general have no reason for changing government, because we have seen that from the time the PF government came into power, the PF have actually employed more soldiers, they've employed more of our children as police officers, more of our children as ZAF officers. Today as I'm speaking, I'm receiving messages from everywhere. No, my child has now graduated, passed out at ZAF. Oh, my child. The people of Kabwe were not remembered. It is only under His Excellency Edgar Chagwalungu and probably under our leadership that the people of Kabwe are now able to get recruited as soldiers, police officers, ZAF, teachers and everything, and the unemployment levels are going down. And for that, we promise that Kabwe Central and Iwacha, Kabwe District, we are going to give the president 100% vote. Somebody has been crying that he wants to become president of Zambia for many, many years. And the reason why he wants to become president of Zambia is because he belongs to a particular tribe. Me, I am actually a member of parliament in Kabwe, where I don't even come from. The people there elect me not because I come from Eastern Province or wherever, but because the people of Zambia do not need to elect people based on tribe. You can imagine what will happen to you if we discover that your father comes from another province and your mother from another province. It means you will never be member of parliament. It means you will never be member of parliament. So we want to urge the people of Zambia to reject the tribalism that we have seen. I know myself for a fact that Southern Province used to have members of parliament that come from Northern Province. Southern Province used to have members of parliament that come from Eastern Province. Southern Province used to have councillors that come from everywhere. But today, because of one man and his thirst for power, he has actually introduced tribalism such that 99.999% of the people standing as candidates that side are supposed to come from there. And when people talk about tribalism, they say we hate them. We don't hate them, we hate one person. We hate one person. And the reason why we hate one person is because apart from stealing from the people of Zambia, and apart from failing to account for the money from privatization, he denies, he says he did not participate in privatization. And we want to ask him, how did you get rich when the people of Zambia continued getting poorer? When the pensioners were not paid, you became a rich man. So can you connect the two? Connect the two for us. The pensioners are dying without money, you become a rich man. Akawawawa. Kawalala ni pakubo kwaini. Kabolala ni pakuboko. Let him tell us how he became rich, while the rest of the people got very poor, and some of them even died. And I want to speak for myself, that my father worked for Zambia National Holdings, a company that was owned by UNIP. And when the government privatized those companies, there is one Zambian politician who was in charge of the privatization exercise. My father died without receiving a coin. And we want to tell him that me, I'm here where I am because the people of Zambia supported government policies. We want him to tell us why he has failed to build a house for his parents, why he has failed to build a house for his mother-in-law, if his money is genuine. So we want to tell him that the people of Zambia are aware that you have been hacking people and shedding their blood because you are not a Christian. Today you can't claim to say you are a Christian, yet you want to fight Zambia as a Christian nation. When we were debating Bill number 10, and one of the clauses that came into play was Zambia being a Christian nation, and he told his members of parliament, you can do anything, whatever you want to do, but on Zambia as a Christian nation, I am not going to accept. And the members of parliament told us as we were negotiating to say our president does not want Zambia to be a Christian nation because it will compromise him. It's going to make sure that the people funding him are not giving them money. You know, his political party is connected to gay rights. It's connected to all sorts of satanic, tithes and whatever they've signed. We want to tell the people of Zambia, we are Christians. And the people of Kabwe, we will show you the door. We are sending him into retirement next week. We are sending him into retirement next week. I also know that here in Lusaka, all this massive infrastructure, all these beautiful roads, all these bridges, all this load shedding that has come to an end, all these things that the people of Zambia were complaining about have now been dealt with. So the people of Lusaka have no reason for changing a president. They have no reason for changing government. The people of Central Province have no reason for changing government, because when there was load shedding, we dealt with load shedding. When there was a drought, the majority of the droughts that we saw in Zambia in the history of this country, the government has actually invested heavily, and now as we are speaking, there is no more load shedding. So why change a government when all the problems that the people are using for changing government have been dealt with? Akawawawa. Akawawawa. We will repeat that come next week, the people of Zambia must stand up in their huge numbers. They must queue up as early as 04 and must defend their rights. We have heard they are threatening people that they are going to follow them. They're threatening farmers that anyone who's going to vote PF, they'll be attacked. Our soldiers are on duty. We want to assure them, and we want to tell all the cadres, even those that belong to the Patriotic Front, that the moment you carry a gun, you are no longer a civilian, you are not a cadre. The moment you wear a military uniform and carry pangas, you are not a cadre. You are not even supposed to be dealt with by the police. You need soldiers. And I can say I'm happy that I've been looking at vehicles passing around Lusaka. I've seen a lot of soldiers patrolling, and it means that the people of Zambia are safe, because the commander-in-chief has taken charge of the situation. We know that when there was cholera, the president made sure that our soldiers came on board and the soldiers were used, and we dealt with the issue of cholera. Why didn't they complain that time that the president is using soldiers? When we had gassers, when the UPND were gassing the people of Zambia, the president sent us soldiers and the gassers ran away. When the UPND were burning markets and cutting down Zesco pylons, the president sent soldiers and the cutting of Zesco pylons came to an end. Even now, they are busy hacking people and killing people in Kanyama. They are killing people in Kaoma. They are killing people wherever HH is passing. They are killing people there. You can imagine you are sitting in your house. Simply because you belong to the PF, they break your car, they damage your gate. Is that the Zambia we want? No. Is that the Zambia we want? No. Let him explain to the people of Zambia, why is it that everywhere he is passing, people must die? Last year, his member of parliament from Sesheke was arrested and jailed. You can imagine if the whole lot of a member of parliament can be involved in grabbing a gun from a police officer. What kind of government can we form if we voted the UPND? Shemuna oye! Shemuna oye! Vakose. Vakose. Vakose sana, because the people of Zambia have learned his tricks. And this time around, in Amajini Tayakabe known, we are going to wallop them. And when we wallop them, we are going to tell them to say, why have people left him? If he was a good leader, when Akambuiri bali wera, GBM bali wera, bonse bali wera, kusherefe bamayo wanamtale na rumango na wena because bali balaya running mate. But na wena any time ngabalusa bale bafumiyako. So we are encouraging every Zambian to say right now, the best way to go is to maintain the PF in power. I know that bakapokola kumwandi kulia yesterday kukabwe central bale ntote. Ukupita fya mrodi bale tote ati honorable Mwaliwomba. Ayamayanda ba government batukulira. Tuwalela la mukarumu kamo, na abana mukarumu kamo, kitchen na toilet panse. But now tuwikala upstairs houses. And then you tell them to change government. The people of Kabwe will not change government this year. Because right now, as we are speaking, everything is happening. Mukulekele Shamkwai, allow me to say, I am challenging the Amnesty International to come out in the open and tell the people of Zambia why they are quiet when PF members are being killed by the UPND. Why is the Amnesty International Z? Why are they not speaking? They are telling the people of Zambia that government has been attacking UPND members, or the PF is attacking. How come all the people that are being killed by UPND and the Amnesty International is quiet? Yeah. And also, I also want to finally talk about one thing. Our diplomats belonging to other countries that have come to work in Zambia and are busy trying to initiate government change, we want to tell them that as a diplomat, if you get involved in partisan politics, our law is very clear. I'm a lawyer and I'm speaking the truth. You can be chucked out of this country. You can be declared a persona non grata and you can be sent home. Because me, I am Zambian. I can't go to another country and start telling the people there to change government. If you are a diplomat, remain a diplomat. If you are a Zambian, join politics and become a politician like me. I thank you all. Akawawawa!
Hey! Tubatotele ko futi ba Ngulube. Isebenzo tiseka. Bene Mourinho bankala kwa kalingalinga. Bagero benzokana kubwera kwa mtuma nyumba mwatu mwakalingalinga. Lelo kalingalinga chifuka cha PF ni town. Tina maduo carriageway mwakalingalinga. Panali maera pali ShopRite. Babruru batu basebenza manje ma ShopRite. Last week yamene holiday hapa Monday nezina madamu nezina 200. Tatenga bana, we just walked. Taenda pamene pa Japatu pa Debonaires. Tadia na pizza. Bene bakatika pani pizza kaya batinchi nyama so vanachitenga na maflaula. Mwakalingalinga tikudia pizza. Mwakalingalinga muri magaraji. Mwakalingalinga muri manzi. Mwakalingalinga muri drainage. Mwakalingalinga muri malaiti. Mwakalingalinga muri mashopu. Muri na shopping complex, ShopRite. Mungaendouza abantu wakakalingalinga tichinja government. Tina maduo carriageway utuza tichinje government. Tivotera futi pali Edgar Chagwa Lungu na PF. Ladies and gentlemen, tachoka kuli one senior council, tienda futi kuli one senior council. Apa maloya za Ndandama. Manja pamozi for Honorable Miuna Katolo, Honorable sir.
Zambia. Mukikaonde, Twimbamba, mukwenuwa ukwata mambumba, nowe umkwate mambumba. Kwenuwa ukwata mambumba, nowe umkwate mambumba. Kwenuwa ukwata mambumba, nowe umkwate mambumba. What that literally means, if your colleague or your friend embraces you family, you also embrace him family. Then we say, mukwenuwa ukwate yevere yevere, novewa mkwate yevere yevere. Mukwenuwa ukwate yevere yevere, novewa mkwate yevere yevere. So he that holds you loosely, hold him loosely. And here, I'm speaking to the Zambians, that President Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu is embracing all Zambians' family. And I'm appealing to all the Zambians to embrace Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu family, particularly to my brothers and sisters in Northwestern Province that have been lagging behind and holding on to the opposition that is holding them loosely. I'll give you classic examples. For the first time ever in this country, Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu facilitated the issuance of a mining license, and not just any mining license, a gold mining license to the Kasempa community under Chief Kasempa and Chief Ingwe. For that community to mine its own gold, sell, make money, and improve their communities. Which president in this country has ever done that? No. Yesterday, we were witnessing on the news the handover of a mining license for the reopening of the Kalengwa copper mine in Mufumbwe. When President Edgar Chagwa Lungu says he will leave no one behind, he's demonstrating through such activities. And through such activities, the local communities will be uplifted economically. This is the president we need for Zambia. The person speaking to you here, Miuna Joseph Katolo, Mwana Murume, Kitonji. Before my adoption as candidate for Member of Parliament for Solwezi Central, I was a member of the National Management Committee of the United Party for National Development. And I'll tell you, without any doubt and without hesitation, that UPND is a house of confusion. A big house of confusion. And I'll demonstrate how. One, how can you have an organized party that wants to form government that fails to scrutinize the documentation for its candidates that are aspiring for positions? You heard how the candidate for council chairperson in Mufumbwe was disqualified because he didn't have a grade 12 certificate. Surely a party that fails to do such small things, how can they govern this country? Shame upon them. Shame upon them. You heard how such a party failed to field local government councillors in 25 places, 29, sorry. Does that show seriousness?
No.
Are those the people you want to trust with the leadership of this lovely and wonderful country? I'll go further. President Edgar Chagwa Lungu has created a very conducive environment for economic development in this country. When one leader was deceiving himself that the dollar would drop because investors have confidence that he will take power, President Edgar Chagwa Lungu has demonstrated that through his economic policies, our kwacha is gaining strength. We read from outside newspapers, the Bloomberg, commending Zambia, that our kwacha was the best performing currency in the world. Doesn't that point to good quality leadership by our president? Why should every Zambian even begin to doubt when they can see with their own eyes our kwacha is getting strength? On the contrary, the United Party for National Development had the opportunity to govern some of our local government institutions here in Zambia 100%. We expected that through those councils or municipal authorities, UPND would have given a glimpse of how their governance would be. I always give a classic example of Solwezi Municipal Council. Apart from the many sources of income for the council, every year, Solwezi Municipal Council, which was 100% dominated by UPND councillors, receives 65 million kwacha from Kansanshi mine. It means that in the 5-year period, they received a total of 65 million times 5, which is 325 million kwacha. That makes Solwezi Municipal Council one of the most rich councils in this country. But when you go to Solwezi, it's a shame. There's nothing you can point to or see where that money has been spent. Totally nothing. And I've told them, when I'm elected as Member of Parliament, people will have to render an account. Because PF is the government of accountability. The people of Solwezi have cried so much about township roads, and they point fingers at President Edgar Chagwa Lungu. And yet, President Edgar Chagwa Lungu, in 2015, when he was just elected in the presidential by-election, he took a step of going to Solwezi and do a groundbreaking ceremony for the tarring of township roads. And he knew too well there was enough resources coming in the council to be able to implement such a project. The Road Development Agency was engaged to do a survey of how much it would cost to do township roads in Solwezi Central. And the cost was only 20 million kwacha. Now, here is a council that has collected 325 million kwacha. Don't include CDF, don't include equalization fund, don't include properties from other buildings, don't include money from bus stations, don't include money from the markets, just from the mines. Surely, could they not have spent 20 million kwacha to do township roads in Solwezi? it clearly shows that the United Party for National Development is a visionless party. Because HH should have sat down his councillors and told them, be a shining example, show the world that this is what we'll do. But because they don't know what they will do, they did nothing, and that money is wasted. I always give an example in this way. You are told that you have an ailment that requires surgery, and you are given two choices. Here is a surgeon who has never carried out any operation on any patient. But here is another one that has successfully carried out surgeries on patients. Who are you going to choose? Surely the one with experience, isn't it? And when you take Dr. Edgar Chagwalungu here and HH on this side, HH is like that surgeon without any experience. You can't trust such a surgeon. You can't risk your life with such a surgeon. You want trusted hands, skilled hands. And Dr. Edgar Chagwalungu has demonstrated that skill very successfully. We are better off trusting Dr. Edgar Chagwalungu with the next 5 years to rule Zambia. One Zambia, one Zambia. The people of Northwestern Province are waking up now. And they are seeing that there is no value in staying in opposition. It's opposition that has made them lag behind with development. They need, and I'm appealing to all of you people in Northwestern Province, that you were groping in the dark all these years. Now the light has come. Open your eyes. Vote Edgar Chagwalungu as president. You will see development there. And it is saddening that when Dr. Edgar Chagwalungu went to Northwestern Province at one time, in particular Solwezi Central, the marketeers at Chawama Market pelted them with tomatoes. A very serious insult to a head of state. But because of the dear love, absolute love, agape love that President Edgar Chagwalungu has for all the Zambians, without wanting to leave anyone behind, he has kept going to Northwestern Province despite that embarrassment. And not only going there, he has equally taken development there. For example, all of us know how bad the Solwezi Chingora Road was. It was taking more than 7-8 hours to cover a distance of 167 kilometers from Chingora to Solwezi. The road is tarred, beautiful. Only taking 1.5 hours now. There was never a dual carriageway in Solwezi. Not even a roundabout. He took that development. There's a dual carriageway from Mitek to Chawama. My relatives who have never crossed dual carriageways even struggle to cross. This is a president that loves all Zambians, and he needs the support of all Zambians. So all well-meaning Zambians must be prepared to give President Edgar Chagwalungu a vote come 12th August 2021. Back home we sing, Kunsa ya bwato, kamsaraba, kunsa ya bwato, kamsaraba. Kunsa ya bwato, kamsaraba, kunsa ya bwato. Kunsa ya bwato, kamsaraba. Kunsa ya bwato. So, everyone must just look at the boat. Don't worry about the names. Even if you forget the name of the candidate, just look for the board and go on the side of the board and put that cross with ease, with joy. This is what we need to do. And we should trust President Edgar Chagwa Lungu wholeheartedly, because these others are amateurs. And this is not time to go with amateurs. Because when they, assuming they came in, all the successes that the PF government has made will be brought to zero. Because now they will have to go in planning stage. From planning to implementation. By the time anyone will try to see results, they are out of office. The planning has already been done by the Patriotic Front government. The first part of the implementation has been done by the Patriotic Front government. Now it's serious takeoff of economic recovery. And this is evident from what we are seeing, the strengthening of our kwacha. We have seen prudent policies, for example, where the mines are now being made to pay their taxes in dollars, to increase our dollar reserve. We have seen prudent policies of buying gold and creating a gold reserve. Surely, only a government that cares for its people would do that. And the PF is doing that and doing it big time. One Zambia, one Zambia. Kunsaya bwato, kamsaraba, kunsaya bwato. Kunsaya bwato. Let us not forget that, dear Zambians. Thank you very much for listening. It's been a pleasure.
Nilesa wasalire sorry. Tapane vodinga chikabwe woso.
Manja, 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 smile, husband. Aka kanyimbo aka kana meaning. Leadership is from God. Mdala ungasunge chunsu. Wasunga ngombe, but mulungu ngata sana fakepo blessing kulibe. In 2006, tampunzi sama politics sami. 2006. Olo kunyumba. Azimai mwana akwatiwa 1 year Z, 2 years Z, 3 years Z, 4 years Z. Mulibe nangu kuti lero achitako aluzingako cha appetite enzadi amanja aluka kulibe. From 2006, my son Romeo was in grade 3. Pametnaleta asamima politics. Grade 3. Lelo is doing his second year at university. Asami mwana kulibe liyonsenda ndibida mavoti. Asami ni ngomwa. Thank you so much, Honorable Katolo. We were told Zambians can't run mines. President Lungu said, what? Mamboti tukwana imwafana wako opposition. Zambians can't run mines. See hapa Zambians, they are running KCM. They are running Mopani. They are running gold mines in northwestern province. Shame on Sami. Tikepo kanzimbo azimaya kwaya yambani kundandama patimvweko zaso. Lomba ngatazimai onyada odenya. Kuikapo nsowero. Bulldozer. Ijayanga inkaleso chabe mwamene mwaipangira. But yazimai na wewe nikufakapo. So we should be free, the audience who are here to so where as my watu. Please, I might make na azimai tifakire mponi nzimbo. La. Ziko mwazimai. 12 August, cameraman. Pasenkoni ballot paper ili hapa. Don't even waste time ukuposenshita, ukumona mashina. Ukumona fye boti, pali boti, next palika box, nukufaka po X. Pali boti, pali wakansera, kufaka po chabe X. Mukatenga ballot paper yawa MP, nikusakira chabe boti, nufaka po X. Ballot paper yawa president, nikutenga chabe boti, nufaka po X. Don't even waste time gambo werenga mazina, nikukonga chabe boti, kukonga fye boti. Ziko mkwambiri, azmai. Now, timekeeper, the problem now, the person I'm about to call, nema many mad yaumu. So, inganifute maningi, you know, kairati, in Africa we say, do not talk when you have got food in your mouth. So, angachinje kandi ne campaign manager wake. So, timekeeper, mzani sungirako time, nina kantambo matu.
Kaini ngavutike kuti nikamba kuti now stop.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together as we welcome Honorable Bowman Lusambo, Bulldozer.
Nilesa wasalire sorry. Tapane vodimba chikabwe woso.
Lusambo chanoa.
Akawa wawa. Murishani bonse mkwai. Kukabushi kumyesu bati ntumoko bati njise miposhe bonse. Mwebe shire kunona mwebale umfwa. Bushena mupokelero omutende okufuma kukabushi. Elo ifwe kukabushi kumyesu tualivota kale pantu Edgar Chagwalungu alebwelelapo. Elo ifwe kukabushi takwaba opposition. Kukabushi bachetekera muri Edgar Chagwalungu leadership pantu efyo achita Filamoneka. Ichikwanka Mayon papa Wakwensho bushiku Kabundi chefyo mutwe Impako shaba na bene Epaliri ashiri Yesu ili alelo Kabundi chefyo mutwe Impako shaba na bene Ala ubutungulushi tebwa kwangalila ko iyo ubutungulushi tebwa kwangalila ko iyo Mwilati tafye mwanwa mabisi atinaine ndefwa yankateke kwe chino chesu cha Zambia. Alo ubutungulushi tebwa kwangalilako. Ubutungulushi bupelwa na lesa. Ba Edgar Chagwalungu nga mwaisa Kopa Belt Province. Efyo batita fya kupapa. Elio bamvoteri abena kabushi mu 2016. Bamvotera mu 2016. Bavotera na Edgar Chagwalungu mu 2016. Ba Edgar Chagwalungu baisala ndati Bowman na la kupela bu minister wa Kopa Belt Province. Elo ba mpele bu minister wa Kopa Belt Province ni nshibashimaini bali abeni ba mamaini na abafulungana. Bale tufye twalabi kama maini Yesu pa care and maintenance. Bonse twaya kuchilira bombwe na babosi atama maini Yesu yalaba pa care and maintenance. Twaya kumupani atama maini Yesu yalaba pa care and maintenance. Elo ba President Edgar Chagwalungu baisalo lesha bashimaini ukufula. Ngatuabika ama maini pa care and maintenance. Ninshi aba nchito ba muri ama maini nchito shalapwa. Ninshi Kopa Belt yalaba ni Kopa Belt nshi. Ba President baisanje okwati Bowman inefima maini kuti nafisala na amba nokulima pantu ninjishibati ababa mkukulu balense tingafye balenjenda mumano. Ba President Edgar Chagwalungu baisa chita negotiate nabene bama mines. Mu 2016-2017 tapali umuntu walushire inchito ku Kopa Belt Province. Kanofye wemwine wafwaya fyokulandati ine ndefwaya ukufuma mu mining nkaye chitako fimbi. Ero ba President Edgar Chagwalungu twaliamba diversification process. We are diversifying our economy from mining dependency into agriculture, aquaculture, livestock, fish farming, and other sectors. So Kopa Belt ngamwaisa bashimaini badaba lekere nchito mamaini umwaicha wandika ngombe kutanga fuako pantu paliali ni meya waku Kitwe. Twalipele bashimaini impanga. Twalipele bashimaini impanga kuchingola. Twalipele bashimaini impanga kumufurira. Twalipele bashimaini impanga kulufwanyama. Bushe President ule tontonganya pa bantu. President mwinga funyapo. President mwinga funyapo. Pantu inchito Yesu ifwe malidazi. Ifwe inchito Yesu kulolekesha pa bantu. kulenga abantu ama lives yabo yaya pantanshi ngawaya kurufwanyama natukwata abantu abalerima mu rufwanyama abalerima amataba abalerima amale abalerima amasaka n'abaleteka isabi bantu ba Edgar Chagwalungu bali bapela land. So if we bena Copper Belt, if you are change if we Copper Belt takuli. Ba President Edgar Chagwalungu na babatemo kuchilapo ku Copper Belt province. Bantu ama policies yabo yali ba very consistent. Ngamwalanda ama policies ya mine yaba Edgar Chagwalungu yali ba very consistent. Ngamwalanda agriculture policy yaba Edgar Chagwalungu yali ba very consistent. Apandelanda tualikwata ama bumper harvest. Na apandelanda 2021-2022 farming inputs yali yakale. President Mwingambo kuchita question huyo. Ilelo ba President Edgar Chagwalungu bali muma provinces bale checking development. Fidia ngamwamono omuntu alebo mba fidanisha mwaishu batuyu bamutuma nalesa ukwisa mukutungulula ichalo chesu icha Zambia. Ifintu twava neshuko muno muchalo chesu icha Zambia kukwata president mudi Edgar Chagwalungu. Uyo president uwaisa mukubombela abantu abena Zambia. President ushfaya lubuli. President ushtatoreti tribalism. Copper Belt province nemo ndimulamba wa kumpongo kulibamayo ba chieftainess less. But when you come to the Copper Belt province, tulabomba ifwe balamba, tulabomba kuliba mulenga, tulabomba kuliba Ngulube, tulabomba kuliba piri. Abo abayishire ku Copper Belt province kunchito nomba bali kala pantu ifwe as lambas we believe in one Zambia, one nation. Ngakwali bo mutundu mu Zambia uwalowa ngobuchi mulamba. Pantu mulamba takwata kaso. Umulamba takwata jealous. Ekyo nga mwaisa Copper Belt province tamwakasange ichilamba balelanda. Tekweba takwaba abantu abalamba kulya iyo. Oko twaba fwe batali fwe ba Copper Belt province fwe balamba oko twaba. But we believe in one Zambia, one nation, and we respect the people of Zambia. Development itulemo na Lusaka. Development tulemo na Mongo. Development tulemo na Solwezi. Development tulemo na Northern province, Southern province, Eastern province. It's because of the Copper Belt province. Nomba umunesu uyubeta taka inde ichilema. Fidyate mwa ifya mutundu. Ngachali niena oba afyaduilwe ku Copper Belt province ngomulamba. Amba nokuchita behave ififya busenshi, ififya buwelewele achita. Ichalo chino ngachali ba developed. Twalikwata abantu oba twasambilisha ukufuma Copper Belt province. Twalisambilisha ba Edgar Chagwalungu, bafuma Pamperembe, baisa na ku University of Zambia kuno. Twalisambilisha ba Kangombe, twalisambilisha abantu abengi sana ku Copper Belt province. Ilelo balina muma decision making positions. So if we ba Copper Belt, tuishie mkumiebati, mwebe na Zambia, mwikwata na mwenso iyo. Pantu Edgar Chagwalungu alebwelela po no kumaking sure ati ichalo chesu icha Zambia chie pantanji. Ala next week pa Thursday elo tuleya mkuvota tukwate amano lesa atutungulule pantu tatuleya mukusala uwakucheme ng'ombe iyo. Tatuleya mukusala uwakucheme ng'ombe iyo. Tuleya mukusala president, commander in chief. Tuleya mukusala president, commander in chief. Tatuleya mkwangala iyo. tatuleya mukwangala iyo ala bukomanda in chief kufwaiko kusala omuntu ushaba excited bukomanda in chief kufwaiko kusala omuntu wakwata omutima w'abantu bukomanda in chief bufwaiko omuntu utontonkanya pachalo not pamutundu commander in chief ifwaikwa God fearing person not umuntu chibebebe atinaine ndefwayo nombaka inde ngafwa yangaine akainde ngafwa yangaine pantu akainde muma politics ni baby kuline ine nshire fwaya ndefo kusupporta ba Edgar Chagwalungu naye nakainde asupporte ba Edgar Chagwalungu pantu ala tatuelanda tenchitwe turelanda pwabwe turelanda pabutungulushi tenchito awe butungulushi bakainde bali tobela tama Zambians mwalila lalo na leo mama gwagu kukopa Belt province but apata tulelo lesha apa tatulele tulelo lesha elo ifwe bena Zambia tatuli bakutwalira kwa masange iyo tatuli bakutwalira kwa masange tulelanda pa butungulushi ubutungulushi bupelwa na lesa ba President Edgar Chagwalungu aba tina lesa balanda tutwabika ko 18th of October day ya kutasha lesa no kulapila bushe ba akainde ichilema echo tetibere ku church nishi ofo tetibere mukupepiranishi bushe lesa waba Edgar Chagwalungu beka lesa wesu bonsai ichikwanka elo bayishire kundola bayisa kundola bakainde n'abantu n'abasenda fidafine batemo kuchita deceive abantu n'abasenda kuchita bombo ku Kitwe kumufurira kulwansha bayisa elo bakainde is a very dull politician elo ine nganali ne member waba UPND lelo akainde tete abe president minenga nali mufunyapo because I can't manage to be led by akainde ichilema because it's very dull politically. Akainde ichilema chino echalo chesu cha Zambia techalo chakwisa mkuchitamo ama experiment uleshako twali mupele ukweshako pali privatization twali mwebere ateshako leadership tebu president fyawe Kangombe ali ni mayor wa ku Kitwe ali mu leadership lelo tete sante bati yo inenshale tungurula bwino kanofesi nkabe MP nishuwabepa leadership isangwa afye ukoli konse akainde ichilema twali mupele privatization afilwa pali apene opo afililwa na leadership ya muna mchalo chesu cha Zambia akainde ichilema indalama shakwe shira nunka that's why ashibikiro kutali ali shiba shira nunke indalama shakwe okwa afunya ali shiba ngatashale nunka ngatwali mwana kwa companies HH company na abantu bale ingira kwa machito lelo ali shiba indalama shandishira nunka efyo ashibikiro kutali my friend akainde ichilema kabiye kalienda lama shobe kulia kuine wabika pantu iko kwebena Zambia tatukwete nshita iya kwangala na makrooks kwebena Zambia tatukwete nshita iya kwangala na bakabwalala akainde ichilema hapo na 5-6 times mdainje watu UPND tamwa babantu abenga baba president baila pate efyo tafumina hapo akainde ichilema ali kongola mambala elo lwa kongola mambala alieva aba mufyalo fimbi ukweba ati ngamwaisa mkesa senda Zesco ngamwaisa mkesa senda Zamteo ngamwaisa mkesa senda Mupani ngamwaisa mkesa senda KCM akainde boy wa bepafye not in this generation Not in this generation. Umulina bena bulldozer. Ubepele fie. Not in this generation. Not in this generation. If we're not wishing for today for etika chagwalungo kwa tufunya kwa lepa o kwa letutwala kwa ipipa etika chagwalungu amono kwebati ichalo tatkwaba kuteka fye n'abakulu ichalo chifuire chakwata abakulu n'abaiche Kangombe oyo very young mayor na paba musala aba candidate wa kamfisa Bowman Lusambo Chirosha Lusambo bulldozer minister Copper Belt province minister Lusaka province imwe emuntu mwingangalira koyo etika chagwa lungu is very equipped part 12 of August next week if we today have a confirmation and Copper Belt province yena today have a confirmation because twalichita decide kale if we ma vote yesu yali pali Edgar Chagwa Lungu ngangu tulenda mukabushi tulenda muchifubu tulenda mundola central mukwacha tulenda kuchingola na kumufulira twenda Edgar Chagwa Lungu because uyu president alishiba efyo achita alishiba ubutungulushi of meaning so imwe ba opposition mwe balelanda yonse pa media ba mambala bali temwa media yonse bali pa social media ala ama politics tatuwini na pa social media ama politics tuwini na pa ground wise kukabushi akainde ichile malafirwa nokwikira mukabushi alishi bati muno mwali boluka solukulu mwali ba bulldozer muno alafirwa kwikira mukabushi akainde ichilema ndatabwa nokutabwa ama organization ba mama mkotinga nokumukotinga kutwa kotinga kabwalala pantu ama organization yakuba sungu nokwashala eba ishiba integrity of meaning integrity akainde ichilema has no integrity because ngali kwete integrity akainde ichilema ngatai sana ma politics ngali landa tawe efyo nachitiri abena Zambia tafyawe me through privatization lekeni mbaleke abene bekandilila eftontonkanyo muntu wakwata mano nomba bakainde tabakwata mano ababemba balanda tibachitongo bakainde ichilema mwali bamona bamayo fobenda bamayo bamutinta bendera mukasalanga chirandi kuluza ichakale we muntu we wakwata lupia alo lupia lwamwa umelumonekera mubana na kubakashi nombo lupia nga lwafira mukumonekera mubana na mubakashi lumonekera kufibanda ero nga wakwata olupia wasunga nda wafwa lelo nishirwanshi ulupia kubomfya nomba rena iyo nena alikwata lupia walikwata lupia nomba lwanshi wasunga lupia sitako invest muri company imo wingisha amazambians bambi okumfwa bwino ati ifwe uyu muntu kuti atutungulula alikwata company A company B company C nofwa atutungulula nafyo nefi ulolupia mdala lobe ifwe chalo na ifwe tulefwaye chalo chitekwe no muntu wingatungulula ichalo chesu icha Zambia. Zambia is a Christian nation no kutungululwa tufile tuatungululwa no mwina Kristo. So ifwe bena Zambia pa 12 of August tuikaposa neshita iyo. Tuikaposa neshita ngatuaya mulia batu perecha kuvotera pochilia bwangu mwabika na ex pabwato. Bantu bwato party tukwete ili progressive. Ngana balole shaba ichawabe minine 15 ukufunyako bulldozer Edgar Chagwalungu. Na balole sha bonse ni ba amacha. Aba 15 bonse ni ba amacha. Band for the katina ni band for the chani ni kuisa bachitira ma politics. Ni kuisa bachitira ma politics. Bali kalaba ni ba sata ba ile batuntubula kulanzi bale pela tumatriti leta watu abalanzi. Ba nevas bali ni ba pastor. Ndawaba mona bonse bale bali padia. Tabako atapu political history. Tabako atapu political background. Nothing. But nga mwamo na eti go kwa fumu. Mwamo na Kangombe kwa fumu. Tutwa kwa fumu. Mwamo na bulldozer kwa fumu. Bulldozer paku bapanuelelo na lefu ala maovalo ni training area. Ni training tuale pitamo area. Ilelo nga na imini na pano finji minine. No kusamba ni nsamba tamone fonde mone kwa busa kwa mlandu wako Edgar Chagwalungu. Ama politics yafuire ya kwa tentulo. Yafuire ya kwa tentulo. Baka inde tuwarishi babale ishtisha imigodi. Bale guagulamu. Tuwarishi bana bofiria fili. Tuwaribe ishibati ba magwagu. Ero chino echalo tatule ishtisha iyo. Chino echalo tatule ishtisha. Chino echalo tule panga. Icha abana besu, abana babana besu. Nabe shkulu. Echo tule pangira chino echalo. Alama politics terionse tukababa politician. Kwali benshita wabako politician wafumamo waamba okutita fimbi na bambi ba Isako. Nombo bakainde bale patikisha nga ine. Bale mbika pesa. Bale mbika pesa ine. Bena bale patikisha nga ine. Bakainde ba boss bale wina 12 okwas. Na bale fwa bakese mu 2035 tukakumana again tukabawina. Bantu tabapelwa ala ifi yakupatikisha fila leterela nafi baleterera bale ipa ya abantu ifi yakupatikisha fila leterera eronga ni kumushi ulenda wakumanya ekisoka balabwekerana kunganda tu lwendolu taluweme ulwendo taluweme ndawapatikisha ukaisanga muri mwamonene. Baka inde oko bapita konse abantu balechenekwa abantu baleipaikwa waishi bati ifi tefyandi ngabaeti kabala ya ku Southern Province manu mfa kwati kuli ufuire kuli uichenene baeti kabala ya ku Western Province baeti kabala ya ku Northwestern Province ngabena chinshi ala ichaperwa na lesa chila moneka. Baka indi opo bali, lishibasa tabale wina bu president, baka indi tabali po bali. Nishiba mwana wasa bale wina bu president, baka indi tabali po. Nishiba Arabi bale wina bu president, baka indi tabali po. Dintuba Edgar bale wina bu president, baka indi tabali po. Kabundi, chefyo mutwe. Impako, shaba na bene, na mitote ni bama yuna batata. Thank you very much.
Tuwapase kufuti manja wa Honorable Lusambo. Thank you so much, Honorable. Leadership is not an experiment. If you go to UNZA, you can't run as the president of the University of Zambia Students Union if you have not been a student for 3 years. 3 years is a minimum you need to run as the president of the Students Union at UNZA. There's a reason why. If you go to SDA, where I come from, you can't be a deacon. You can't be an elder in the church if you have not served for a number of years at different levels. It's because leadership is not about experiments. I'm Americans, vaisa eshako. Vizwezwe, mufiza vizwezwe ka? Kwa bwera muntu no, ni wandalama, ni businessman, tenti mwese ko Donald Trump. Kuisa afi penya within 4 years. America kupwa. Because leadership, you don't do experiments. Edgar Chagwalungu was a member of the Central Committee for PF. He was chairman for legal for PF. He was member of parliament for Chawama. He was Minister of Defense, Minister of Home Affairs. He was Minister of Justice. He was even the Deputy Minister in the office of the Vice President. He was the Secretary General of the party. He was a lawyer for the party. Itantiko, if you have a leadership. Muntu ukaribonga lapo na branch chairman. Ukaribonga lapo na ward chairman therefore yokuba president. Kwisa. Lusaka kwaya isunga imbe Lusaka kwaya ngati tunaimbepo pa constituency. He has mine. I group ya mighty make vene vake vazivana ichoka pa district. Ngasuna ingebu mbepo pa constituency kulibe. So you can't just come from nowhere and therefore yokuba president. That's why Bala Firwa. You know, President Edgar Chagwalungu has given an opportunity to young people. That is why young people, like the next speaker, has been given an opportunity to be a councillor, to be a mayor, and now to be a member of parliament. And who knows, he might be the next minister under a President Edgar Chagwalungu. Imisepela, mayuthi. Inenchoka kwa karingaringa, tita nati mayufi. Mayufi, baburubanga. Vena Francis Muchemwa. Mayufi. Tienti gurire Edgar Chagwalungu. Tienti gurire Edgar Chagwalungu. Ladies and gentlemen, tienti fake manja pamozi. For incoming member of parliament for Kamfinsa, Christopher Kangombe.
Hey.
Tuishibane ba mwana lungu bali kwisa. Ba mwana lungu tuishibane. Gana lumbule shina mwasukati pabwato. Edgar Chagwalungu. Pabwato. Awe tamule yasuka. Edgar Chagwalungu. Pabwato. Edgar Chagwalungu. Pabwato. Christopher Kangombe. Pabwato. Bowman Lusambo. Pabwato. Tutwa Ngulube. Pabwato. Nkanduluo. Pabwato. Pabwato. Allow me to begin by thanking His Excellency the President, Vakateka Wachalo, Va Edgar Chagwalungu, for allowing young people to be in leadership. Noko bali Vakateka, tufuile tuwa batotela. Vengi bale kabila, ififulo fyabu MP, vengi bale kabila bumea, but the President of the Republic of Zambia. Abaliba chairman of Central Committee decided that we need to give young people a voice in parliament. And I'll give practical examples. Ngamwaya kulwansha umunandi Nathan Chanda has served as mayor for 7 years. Lelo na tumwiminika muchilonganiro cha PF as member of parliament for Ron constituency. Ngamwaisa kukamfinsa mu mwaka wa 2006, I was first elected as councillor. Ilyanshita ninshindile myaka shakufyalwa 21. In 2011, I was elected again as councillor under the Patriotic Front ticket. mu mwaka wa 2016 bakateka wachalo balanda okutila iwo mulumendo wabomba pa myaka ya bukansela 10 years niwe wala bakapitawo waba kansela mu musumba wa Kitwe. I was elected as mayor in 2016. Umoni muchilongani no cha PF omo basuminisha naba ichokukwata efifulo. Amen. So kateka wachalo Edgar Chagwalungu noko muli bakateka bakateka noko muli. I understand you've got assignments on the Copper Belt, Your Excellency, on behalf of the young people in Zambia. I want to thank you most sincerely. Hello mwamone fo chaba ilitule kula mubutungulushi. We are learning that you can't implement all the projects at the same time. Chimofena nguni muchupo. Liliamwa uparata kwa bokwata TV kalamba. Tubalila pokushtaka TV akanono atini. Na nguni nganda ine takwa balila mwa uparana mukwate ngande ikalamba. Tubalila poka nganda kanono ero mwaya mule kushefintu, mwaya mule kushefintu. Pala twasangile chalo as Patriotic Front. And I'm coming from the Copper Belt and I'll tell you for a fact. Ichichilongani no chesu. We are a very ambitious political party. When I say we are a very ambitious political party, I'll give you practical examples. Kalebale tuebat between Chingola and Kitwe, we can't make a dual carriageway. And the reason our project yakudisha ulupiatet tukwate, we can't do a dual carriageway. When Michael Sata took over, may he so rest in peace, our founding president, he had the courage to find the money and appoint a contractor to do the Kitwe Chingola dual carriageway. Panonji minine mweba fiashi, and I'm sure the people that are listening to this program will agree that we are no longer losing lives between Kitwe and Chingola. Abantu balefwa. Wacho oluchelo ati moto kana ipiribuka. The Patriotic Front said we need to expand the road. If you come to Kitwe, imisebo yali onaike mu Kitwe. Bale tuseka, mweba ku Lusaka mwale tuseka. Edgar Chagwalungu aisala ndokutila. Uyu mulumendo alipa chifulo cha bumeya. Yonsenga natandala alepange chongo pa misebo. Ba minister mweba lolekesha pa misebo for ayenyu lupia na ba minister of finance. You come to Kitwe today. The state of roads has improved. Imoto teleni ko balungu. Na mulya mwine baleti la tete mupiti omusebo wa manenekela mwa mulenga compound. We've done a road from Mulenga compound into Ndeke Changa. Gamule ingila mukitwe twalikuwa taka compound ya pati pa Zamtani. Fidia mulanda kuno ati mwalikuwa ta ring road kuchalala. Na ife twalikuwa ta ring road mu Zamtani. Ngamwaya kutwa tasha ku race course. Ku race course kuchimwemwe. You can now move from race course into Tuatasha, into Ganaton, ring road. Nombe findero ndole fichitike mukitwe, fichitike Zambia yonse. So what else can we do apart from creating the fundamentals that are necessary to develop Zambia? So naimini na panolelo, I'm standing here on behalf of the Patriotic Front. Ineni mbona efyo buteko bubombele. Elofo tubombele pa kwambila fenomba tufile twapwirikisha. Inesha monako imilimo yonse mwapwisha muri 1 year. Nshita yaba unipi bali tukulile ko University of Zambia. Nishtaba kaunda bale fumapo, Zambia Institute of Technology became Copper Belt University. Vachuluba bateka 10 years. Kwaisa ba mwana wasa kwaisa na bambi bakateka bapita bonse. Ifwe munchita Yesu ba Patriotic Front. Na tukwata Mukuba University. Na tukwata Nkwame Nkrumah University. Ifindela ndashile saba ila iyo. Fintu ifile moneka. From 2 universities. Neyo balumbula kapasa makasi. Today we have almost 8 universities. Previously, when you have a headache, we kala kuchimwemwe umutu ole kalipa. Umutu efi ole kalipa kwa levo kia ku Central Hospital. The president said we need to build health facilities. Ulweli omutwe kumu mwena kulia kuine kalila. We have built health facilities. Now it can only take an ambitious political party. And the Patriotic Front is a very ambitious political party. Akali abakoteta bale fole ndalama. Mukotenga Africa 65 years, they never used to get any money. The Patriotic Front said we need to put money in the social cash transfer. Impia shabakote. Umukote chile pilibulo okutila takweti amaka. Ubuteko bofule bwa mulole keshapo. Njebeni ubuteko ngana bofule kulole keshapo abakote. So we have created the social cash transfer. We have put money in the social cash transfer. Imisepela. Young people have been crying for empowerment. Ilinde tandala kukamfinsa constituency. Talking to our young people. They are ready to be empowered. Ni mbala yokutila ukuimini nakoba akateka wachalo. Bakateka balefwa emisepela tushibike mutubungwe. We put them in groups and then we give them money to start business. If indela ndate fya kukamfinsa kweka iyo, you go across all the 156 constituencies. Kaito alaba mu parliament, so we need to allocate resources. The job of a member of parliament is to ensure that the budget has got enough money to support programs of government. So to the people that are tuned in to this program, we want to tell you that the Patriotic Front has got an agenda. Kulia Copper Belt tufumine, we've got mining companies that used to blackmail government. Yonsenga yafika ama election, abene ba migodi bale isale migodi. Bale ti iyo, tuwalale kukulipila mineral royalty tax. Every election kutupele chintinya ngobuteku. Vakateka wachalo balando kutila awe, ichilengele. Abasungu bale tuchitefi, tatuli bene ba migodi. Every election we were blackmailed. Every election vakateka kufuma ku Lusaka, kwisa mkutali kala na bene ba migodi. Kateka unomwaka na chenjela alando kutila, ishimigodi tu ala shipokolola. Pakutila abantu bela aluse nchito. So tell me if anyone has lost a job this year in the mining sector. Mopani, the person who's running Mopani is a Zambian engineer. Engineer Charles Sakanya. Valete to running emigodi. Ati migodi kama fyaba sungu. Usheba Charles Sakanya musungu. Ushomukalamba wandi kuchila bombwe, milingo, lungu, musungu. Zambians are running mines at the moment. Elo tufire tu atasha bakateka wachalo because mukitwe mulia tuikala. Kuchila bombwe kulokuikala ba musukwa. No mine has offloaded any worker because we own the mines. So to the people that are tuned into this program, we have an agenda as PF. We believe Zambians should remain in employment. Bale tusekati yo bushabantu bakalali emisebo. Umusebo nga mwapanga chile pilibulo okutila where you used to take 8 hours, you are going to take 2 hours to drive. Inenga ndeya kumushikumwanji kumalole kumungwi. It used to take us 12 hours from Kitwe, Ndola, Mukushi, Serenje, mulefika kukasama 12 hours na ipita. Today we use to pita kulwa pula kunu moko. 6 hours uli mukasama. Now tell me if 6 hours, amafuta tona ulapali 6 hours na 12 hours ngataya puseni. You spend less money. So the Patriotic Front, ichilonga lino chaba Edgar Chagwalungu. Icha believer tine misepela shifresha ba mubutungulushi. Na bana mayo bafule baba mubutungulushi. Tachafilo umulimo wa kutungulule chalo. There are challenges that we need to address. Kabelefo kwa belo butungulushi. Mwapuisha kwa ya mwa mafia, belo mwakonka nyapo yambi. So I want to appeal, Ndelomba, to all the residents of Zambia. The Patriotic Front is a very ambitious political party. We have invested money in infrastructure. Mwayakundorana tukwata airport ya Chindama. You go to Livingstone. Kalaka airport yaka nono tuwa kwete. Today we have a big airport. Mulamu airport yabale bomba ma Zambians. Young people are being employed. So next week, we are having elections. We'll be voting for the president. We'll be voting for members of parliament. We'll be voting for councillors and mayors. I'm very confident. The Zambians are going to give the Patriotic Front another 5 years to continue working for the people of Zambia. It has taken China over 70 years to be where it is today. Tulaya mufialo tuatandala mufialo tuabe pushebo tutandalila. At how long has it taken you to have these good roads? How long has it taken you to have these health facilities? It can't be done in 1 year. It takes an ambitious government, and the PF is a very ambitious government. Ichakulekelesha bakateka wachalo uyu mutima mwakwata uwakutangisha kwemisepela mwatangisha ko bana mayo chilela ngokutila mwalisakamana abantu bonse. Ili twala ya mu parliament bakateka twala myafwa ukupanga amafunde ayako afwe chalo kupanga amafunde ayako afwa abantu mumikalile shabo. The people have hope in the PF. Nabasatepo balala nabeshibo kutile chilonga ino tachaona ika. Nalabula mashiwe yabakalamba banje abalandile kali. Obutungulushi tuyatulesa mbilila. Ba Edgar Chagwalungwelo bali ba MP balesa mbilile fya kwisa teke chalo. Inero nali pali bu kansela pa myaka 10 years nalesa mbilile fya kwisa ababami pa chifulo cha bumeya. Ili nali pali bumeya nalesa mbilile fonkesa abomba kunganda ya mafunde. Takwa abawabuka feshonse na wishiba. So to our young people watching this program, I want to assure you that as we go into parliament, we will speak for you. We will speak for the women. We will speak for the young people. And we are very confident that Mukuya Kwanshita, we are going to transform Zambia. After all, transformation has started. So Mkwaite Wingi Wamashiwi, I want to thank His Excellency the President for the opportunity to represent the party in Kamfinsa constituency, for the opportunity to be mayor of the city of Kitwe, and for the many other young people that have been given the opportunity to be in leadership. kana alumbule shina mwaposa popa bwato Edgar Chagwalungu Edgar Chagwalungu Christopher Kangombe Lesale Mipala, may God bless you.
Manja, manja, manja. Ma student ya, asogolera ma student. Nyatapo sote.
Viva! 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 Viva!
Ah. Viva Edgar Lungu, viva!
Viva!
Zikomo kwambiri, Comrade Kangombe. You couldn't say it any better than what you have said. Imise pera. Vakateka vesu, va Edgar Chagwalungu, and his government has put the young people at the center stage of development. You know, you can't talk about development without education. Imise pera mule monapa. These are graduates from University of Zambia, Copperbelt University, Evelyn Horn College, and different institutions of higher learning. UNIP was in office for 27 years. 27 years. They built 3 universities. Actually, 2 universities. Copperbelt University and University of Zambia. MMD was in power for 20 years. They built 1 university. Mulungushi University. PF has been in power for 10 years. PF has built 7 public universities for 10 years. Lelo mkwaitulelanda. Most of us, ngati mwatiwona, olotikachita post pa social media, ma pictures yatu ise, tinalibe ma potbelly. Because ise kwa meni chokera ine, tenzo kudia soti, sima soti ndiye ndiyo. Sima ija soti ndiye ndiyo. Most of us didn't have an opportunity to go to school. And wambiri tinakangiwa kwenda ku school, chifukwa tinalibe ndalama zoendera ku school. Makolo yatu ise wanalibe ndalama. Ine watate wanansira jacket, oversized, nakangiwa na kuvala. Tinalibe chuma. Kamkati ni namba kuvala grade 7, kamkati. But today, we have an opportunity to go to school. And the PF in 10 years has given scholarships, bursaries, to over 40,000 young people to go to university and colleges. Our development is a process. Nindani enzo ziwa, wakangombe benzo kamba hapa. At people used to think PF is ambitious. Basata pa wana kamba kutitenga zamteo, stinga tita allow ma foreigners ku running a zamteo. Bantu benzo kamba tino bazakangiwa. Si zamteo kaliko lero. It is employing thousands of Zambians. Lero zamteo kuli matawa zikose kuma means. Development is a process. Thank you so much for those messages. Inenchokera kuchipata, tikamba kuti, zikapaka sizidieka. Ero mabwetu bwetu, ungatukwane mfumu. Tinaona wenangu ini Obama wa Mzambia 2006, tampulisa ma politics and Obama wa Mzambia. Obama has been a president twice. 2 terms, he served and finished, akali opposition. In Moses wa Mzambia, Moses anatupeleka wana from Egypt to the promised land, anaenda na kugona eva katika opposition. Apa manje na chinja zina ati ni yo bali Snoopy Doggy. K-Figo, Studio, D-Boy, and Prince. Alewele rapo, DJ.
Shibikwana kaini na putia
aleteka nakabiri na futi aleteka aleteka nakabiri na futi aleteka aleteka nakabiri na futi aleteka
Shibikwana kairi na futi aleteka ifintu bachita balungu nokumona natumona bota bota na futi awelelepo bota bota na kairi awekerepo
Nilungu muwata tupale kwilungu waishifene nkumbu katika musumo wa chikuku Nilungu muwata tupale kwilungu waishifene nkumbu katika musumo wa chikuku Shireka luwa tualilile katika musuma tutungulule Sonta pashele babombele po ubuya ntanshina bobu konkanye po Votele pa makaba kopala Southern ponse na loapula Choma na monze chiwe mpala Kono tatuwalo ko watula
Hapa pena ni lungu Mekeni ya wele Watonga wabemba barozi badenje Mekeni ya wele Wache walupale kaunde Nafuti ya wele Shibikwana kairi na futi ya leteka Ifintu bachita balungu Nokumona natumona Mekeni ya wele Bota bota na futi awelelepo Bota bota na kairi awekerepo
Nilungu muwata tupale kwilungu waishifene nkumbu katika musumo wa chikuku Nilungu muwata tupale kwilungu waishifene nkumbu katika musumo wa chikuku
Shibikwana kairi na futi aleteka Ifintu bachita balungu Nokumona natumona Bota bota na futi awelelepo Bota bota na kairi awekerepo
Nilungu muwata tupale kwilungu waishifene nkumbu katika musumo wa chikuku Nilungu muwata tupale kwilungu waishifene nkumbu katika musumo wa chikuku Aleteka nakabiri na futi aleteka aleteka nakabiri na futi aleteka aleteka nakabiri na futi aleteka aleteka nakabiri na futi aleteka
Abemba balozi balenje Abache walupale kaunde Abemba balozi balenje Abache walupale kaunde
Manja. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kefigo, Judio, Dibwai, and the Prince. I want to say thank you so much to our speakers, Honorable Tutwa Ngulube. Thank you so much to Honorable Bowman Lusambo, Comrade Christopher Kangombe. Thank you so much to Honorable Miuna Katolo. Let's not forget, 12 August, Kuseni Seni. Our friends have no message. Our friends have got nothing to offer. Actually, they have even abandoned their own manifesto. They are using violence as a strategic weapon to discourage our members from standing up to go and vote. Then for them, they are already preparing for a slate after the defeat. So they are looking at post-12 August, and they are using violence as a justification to delegitimize the outcome of the election. And also they have gone an onslaught. They have gone an onslaught to denounce all institutions of government that deals with elections. They are on an attack on the judiciary, on the police, on the Electoral Commission of Zambia. The reason is to justify their loss and claim that the election was rigged. The only way we defeat this evil is making sure that 12 August 04 Tauka. Cameraman, please. Inenchokera kwa kalingalinga. Iviva AEIOU patapele pilipolo pusi na chiteko. Paja palika pali chabe bwato. Katenga ballot paper. Nkuyanga na che pali bwato. Pali bwato next ngufaka po X. amaiti meke nifuna na group yanu mbwere muvale chira ichi. Reason is simple. Ndimwe mutisunga, ndimwe mutipemperera, ndimwe masoja ba Edgar Lungu, ndimwe mumaimba, ndimwe mutidiesa, ndimwe makolo yatu. So thank you so much to the colleagues that have come from colleges and universities. We are organizing a special virtual rally for you, comrades. Just yanu mayus to communicate to the fellow youths. Amaiti meke na group yanu zikomo kwambiri. Niatali virimba. Tisirije msongano waso. Zikomo kwambiri.
Yeah.